Burn Live, y'all. Murray Wankley keeping you connected, giving you the politician and news, smoking weed, hashtagging these red eyes, changing the viewers' eye red, keeping underage smoking off social media, killing ourselves for your entertainment, sitting here with friends and family, starting a cannabisation. Yes, sir. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? How y'all are? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whenever you're actually catching this video. Appreciate people tuning in. Y'all see me, had to put on my red, white, and blue, had to really represent, you know what I'm saying? Really represent, really put it down. What's up? Hey, I ain't go live the last couple of days because my internet's been real bad. So today we just more me going live just to continue and keep up with me going live. Miss you guys just like y'all miss me.
You would if you had this.
Oh shit.
Just
I ain't know who that. I was like, man, who yelling at my show? How everybody doing? I'm a little bit closer than normal, so that's why everything is kind of fit into the score a little bit different, a little bit awkward. This is going to be more of a laid-back, chill show. Not too expecting of what's going to pop up. We are going to talk about things, discuss things. We're going to smoke a little bit, chill, relax for an hour. Happy 4th. Fireworks should be going off technically in my neighborhood right now outside. Fireworks are going off. Which is, it is what it is. I was going to go outside and get into it and try to figure out what I was going to be doing. But I thought I'd just sit back and relax and chill. I thought more likely just going live with you guys would be more chilling, more capable, plus picking up the days that I missed, that I couldn't go live or I couldn't make a video. My internet was down. So basically that's what we're here for. So happy, joy. I know I don't sound like I'm in the bestest mood. To be honest with you, ladies and gentlemen, this is my second favorite holiday of the year. And understandable if spending this holiday with people that I want to be close with. This is one of the days definitely I get depressed and I get down because I be like, I want to spend some time with people and friends and families and people that I hold dear to myself in my life. This is one of those days that I really cherish. It's my favorite holiday. It's like a black people that celebrate Juneteenth, their freedom. It's their holiday. This is the month that they like. July, as you see, there's no other holiday that you really see me actually collab and get dressed and put on the colors that represent the month and stuff like that. This is my month. October is my birth month. I know, breast cancer month and stuff like that. Love it, like it. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's that time. But this month right here is it for me, y'all. It's like the cherry on top. This is the granddaddy of granddaddy for me. I mean, it used to be Thanksgiving. I mean, oh my God, I couldn't wait till Thanksgiving came around. It was just like, I knew what time. Everybody know what time it is when Thanksgiving come around. And I used to be so hype and ready for that. Y'all bought some moon rock, y'all, from a friend, and you don't see no glistening or nothing on that to let you know that wasn't that very good as some moon rock. But I smoked a moon rock blunt earlier today, and I promised myself it had me smoking all day. I appreciate it. Happy 4th of July, 420, more like to me. I hope y'all did get your cannabis deals. I know my peoples were throwing cannabis deals out. They was actually throwing cannabis deals out. You could go shopping today out of all days and go get you a nice, good 420 deal. And I appreciate that. Appreciate when dispensaries and places like that of nature actually look deals out on the holidays, especially on the good holidays. I know everybody is probably loving, oh man, you got that holiday that you like, man, it's my favorite holiday. You definitely want your favorite dispensary to have
Why don't you own commercial
a special,
Yes, you. Why don't you?
special or a deal coming out. You especially would want that. So, understandable. And just like today, 4th of July and Thanksgiving, you know, them are really the familiest, third, fourth most familiest days besides Christmas and New Year's and stuff. So, I really, really look forward to I really just look forward to this day. This is almost like saying this is my Super Bowl. I don't know, ladies and gentlemen, I do find the most enjoyment. I am making one of those crucial blunts that got weed, wax, all the best dramas you can find in it. This is what I'm making right now. Some good yummy for the tummy. My producers and everybody are definitely telling me this stage right here in the beginning is more of what I need to do. More of the laid back, serious, take your time, don't rush into it type of tributes to the marijuana distribute. And I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yo, Bash, you been tripping on them hoes.
I do miss taking my time, just getting into the show and breaking down the weed. Shout out to everybody that's at work or going to work or coming home from work or didn't even have to work, you know what I'm saying? But those that had to work, I want to give a special shout out to, because I know how it is when you got to go to work, when you got to hit that punch clock in, and when it's time to go to work and got to do that job. And you know, everybody at home, especially when you know everybody's at home, you just like, man, maybe if I didn't know that everybody was at home, maybe if I just didn't know where everybody was at, it make it a little bit better. Trying to rub all that THC and all that stuff on the inside. Yeah, I know I'm still on the pinks. I'm addicted to the pink. I looked inside my, that's what I was supposed to do too, y'all. I looked inside my ashtray in the car and I was like, oh shit, it's getting off of pink in there. Trying to take those out, you know. I'm so used to my ashtray being full of swishers and tobacco, just a bunch of swishers. Now to see all these pink little roses up in there is just kind of weird and unique and funny. You know, it's just a bunch of pink stuff in there. I know people like hearing me and coming in like pink stuff is probably not making no sense or no contents of what I'm saying. Probably throwing some of y'all a little off, like he needs to watch his mouth. But for those who are watching, listening, I am rolling up a pink rose petal. Mix with moon rock and concentrate. Just on some sit back, lay back, chill type of evening. Good afternoon. breakfast, wake and bake. Whenever you watching this, whenever you enjoying this, whenever you have time for this. I check out my algorithm. I know a lot of people are watching my stuff early in the morning. I have a lot more morning people, morning watchers, and I appreciate all my morning watchers. I'll just let you know and giving a shout out to y'all to let y'all know that people that watch me in the morning, I see y'all. You know, especially my super wake and bake early in the morning people. Half a year is almost up, y'all. Crime is high. People are acting strange and weird. Jobs are letting off. People, companies, small companies, big companies. Pharmaceutical wants every kid in America to go through a transgender moment. So a lot of these things are going on, and a lot of these things are staying in place. I'm just curious about people that are growing up in these type of families that are happen to make decisions like, hey, do I want to be like my parents? Do I not want to be like my parents? What type of future do a lot of people want and are looking for? And it's very interesting to wonder and see what people are into and stuff like that. I'm just kind of curious on what's going on. I did have a neighbor. I literally just met these guys, y'all. Like, no BS. Just met these neighbors, and they wanted me to go out and start asking questions in the neighborhood. He like, man, I'll come out and join you. And I was like, oh yeah, that'd be cool. I almost thought about doing it. I think I did it once or twice. I got out and actually started asking questions and stuff like that, and seeing what was value and what was not value. And it's really harder than what you think to get people to come out there and answer questions. A lot of people will answer questions, but they won't answer them in front of the microphone. They won't answer in front of the camera. It's hard to place them right in front of a camera. Sometimes it's hard to go get a cameraman or camera woman, camera person to help you. Almost rolling my blunt, child, and play some music real quick. There we go. There we go. I'm almost done rolling my blunt, so we can truly get into this show real quick. Almost. Don't ask why. All of a sudden I'm just trying to make the most perfect roll blunt for this specific show. That's why I'm concentrating, but not concentrating. I'm concentrating. My daughter rolled one of these blunts up, y'all, and it was so perfect. I'm like, I had to put myself into a mental competition of trying to make blunts better and look good and stuff like that. I know it's strange as weird, y'all. Y'all should see how good she rolled that blunt. All right. Let's see, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see. I did not get it. I don't know what. Oh, the main big story, and I know, well, we finna go to this story, but another big story that I have heard about is also that they found coke at the White House, y'all. Yeah, they found coke at the White House, and we can just imagine whose it is. You know, who's at the White House, whose laptop got exposed to drugs and stuff. We're not gonna go into that. They don't want to hear that. Y'all don't want to hear that. Y'all want to smoke weed and enjoy your dime. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna get y'all into a story real quick. Mute my, well, not mute the mic. Wrong. Bing. Bow. Let's get into some news, y'all.
Again, first, though, let's go live to Megan Mitchell, live at the police department. Megan, you were at the scene earlier. What can you tell us?
Yeah, we just have new updated numbers in for you. Good morning to you. So now we know it was originally 8. 11 people have been shot in this neighborhood of Como here in Fort Worth. We now know that 3 people have died from their injuries, and it was a chaotic scene. Even when we were there 30 minutes ago, I mean, we could still hear those firecrackers going off, what sounded like gunshots or firecrackers. We couldn't even make it out at that point, but police were starting to take that crime scene tape down. At this hour, we know a number of things. As I mentioned, those updated numbers, but we also are aware of how this started. So that gunfire erupted just before midnight after what was supposed to be a celebration. Now, in the Como neighborhood, they have their annual party on July 3rd. It's supposed to be a joyous occasion. It's a long-standing tradition in this historic neighborhood. Fireworks were lighting up the night sky, and people were gathered for a barbecue. That quickly turned into panic as gunfire erupted. It was just a terrifying moment for folks as those shots rang out. People scrambled to safety, trying to get away. This situation became even more chaotic as medical professionals from MedStar were unable to even access the scene because of those crowds. Police had to then load up victims into their squad cars and get them away from the scene so that they could get those victims into an ambulance. Police say it was just chaotic.
A lot of vehicle traffic, a lot of foot traffic. As you can tell, still fireworks were being shot off. Lots of people just trying to flee the area from the multiple gunshots. So it was difficult for them to navigate quickly into the area.
Now, that motive is unknown right now. We're also not sure how many people are suspects in this case, if there were people perhaps firing at each other. Of course, that's all stuff that we're working to find out from Fort Worth Police. What we do know, as I mentioned right now, is that 11 people were shot in the Como neighborhood overnight. 3 people have died. Of course, we'll keep you updated from our end when we get more information, but we also know that there were 8 victims that were taken to the hospital. Let's go now to our reporter, Natalie Haddad, who's at JPS. Natalie, what have you seen there?
Hi, Megan. We do not know how many of the overnight shooting victims have come here to JPS Hospital. We do not know their conditions, and we do not know if any of the victims brought here are among the 3 who died in those overnight shootings. Now, the scene here has significantly quieted down. Police are still here, but the crowd of people that were seemingly waiting for updates in the parking lot, there was many, finally left after several hours. Now, during those several hours, even while we were here, we got here around 3 a.m., we heard several rounds of rapid gunfire in the neighborhood this hospital is in. We were hoping it was fireworks, but Fort Worth PD did respond to a gunfire call nearby. The people here that were waiting in the parking lot were certainly aware of it, but still they stayed. Now, for many hours this morning, the scene was quite active. There were significantly more police. Cars were steadily coming in and out of the parking lot. There is still crime scene tape here on the property. Right outside the emergency room doors, there is a car that is that investigators were taking pictures of and had the crime scene tape surrounded in. And as law enforcement came in and out of the emergency room, we saw them look into other cars parked in the parking lot. Now, again, we don't know how many of the overnight shooting victims are here at JPS Hospital. We do not know their conditions, and we also don't know if any of those brought here are among the 3 who died, but we will keep you posted right here on WFAA. Cleo, I'm going to send it back to you in studio.
Natalie, thank you. Still a lot of questions that need to be answered there. You know, just 2 years ago, 8 people were shot near a car wash in Como, just hours after the first ever Como Fest. No one died. Police say multiple people fired weapons, but the shootings had nothing to do with the event itself.
Recognized for any questions you may have. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Waters, let me just tell you, one, I think you first addressed the fact that affordable housing, we hadn't addressed it, or it's somebody's fault. You know why housing is not affordable now? There are no battery-powered dump trucks. There are no battery-powered airplanes to fly people back and forth. Gasoline, fossil fuels are still the rule of the day in America. You're not going to get rid of oil and natural gas. The supply chain for getting materials to the job site, it's just not there. I can't get meters for housing. We've canceled more housing projects or developments because you can't get stuff. Time is money.
Ladies and gentlemen that just tuned in, I did not really pick this. I just hurried up pick something because I was sure my video out. This is not really what I intended for us to watch. No bullshit.
Another embarrassing moment for Joe Biden. The Supreme Court has struck down the president's $500 billion student loan bailout program. And the ruling, the commander-in-chief had overstepped his executive authority. But the big guy says this fight isn't over.
You know, these Republican officials just couldn't bear the thought of providing relief for working class, middle class Americans. We're going to stop fighting for you. We'll use every tool at our disposal to get you the student debt relief you need and reach your dreams.
Why did you give millions of
I don't know why people be trying to put out the rumor that Joe Biden can't read. Somebody came to me and was telling me that Joe Biden can't read. Like, Joe Biden been in office for over 40 years. Like, the man should have been picked up to learn how to read something. Y'all just seen him read a prompter right there. I just wanted to see that and actually tired of hearing people when they be saying, oh man, the president can't do this. Look, I understand that we may not like our president or we think less of him or whatever. But like I said, man, the man can read. Like, no BS. The man can read. Okay, we are finna go see them turning a go-kart into
shopping cart with the 120 horsepower sport bike engine, 2 powered rear axles, a children's go-kart, and a dream.
Get out! So water's coming out? Yeah, a little water's coming out the exhaust, but this thing is a beast. This thing's premium, so.
Y'all want a fast cart so y'all can go shopping? as soon as we get done with this commercial.
We're gonna add these wheelie bars with the original OEM shopping cart wheels, dude.
And if you break down, look, I can just push you like a skateboard.
I wonder what this design would look like in a wind tunnel.
Tonight is a super duper exciting night because we've got hubs and we've got sprockets, and I'm going to be working on the components that make this whole thing go.
This because y'all been complaining at Walmart that it's taking y'all too long to get to the grocery section, to the auto section. So these guys came up with a faster way to get through. Hey, listen, y'all complain, people create things, and then when y'all create the things that people complain about, then you got people when they hit the streets. When they hit the streets, you got people that be like, man, he's crazy.
Let's go! Let's freaking go! That sounds baller, dude.
Dude, it sounds good.
Baller.
And we have about...
I thought he was gonna say ballsy. This sounds ballsy. Sound like balls are in your dick or some, I don't know, some gay ass shit like that. I swear to God, I thought he was gonna say some shit like that.
Quarter inch of ground clearance. I don't know how to tell if I am in neutral. Okay, that's definitely not neutral.
Did you see how loose the secondary chain is? I didn't see that. Just like going like this. That's gonna last 2 seconds. He's going way too fast.
That I was gonna say he looked like he moved.
I didn't think it would be that stable. Dude, it's actually doing really well.
How long it take y'all to get some bread and milk and cheese and go to the checkout line now? Huh? It wouldn't take you long. Let's go to the checkout line. Let's go check it out. I just thought that was neat. I thought something that we should experience and be looking at. That was dope. That was dope. I was watching some guys drive electric carts all over California. I thought that was dope. These guys are always looking up interesting things.
Man, what's going on, everybody?
What's going on,
everybody,
guys?
Everybody.
Happy Friday. When you get this, it might be Saturday or even Sunday. But happy day.
I know. Hey, so why did the Democrat South become Republican?
That is a very good question.
This is the one I really wanted.
Yeah, I mean, this is, I really want to know why even just the whole Republican Party shifted from a lot of African Americans being part of that political party.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Once upon a time, every student of history, and that meant pretty much everyone with a high school education, knew this. the Democratic Party was the party of slavery and Jim Crow, and the Republican Party was the party of emancipation and racial integration. Democrats were the Confederacy, and Republicans were the Union. Jim Crow Democrats were dominant in the South, and socially tolerant Republicans were dominant in the North. But then, in the 1960s and 70s, everything supposedly flipped. Suddenly, the Republicans became the racists, and the Democrats became the champions of civil rights. Fabricated by left-leaning academic elites and journalists, the story went like this. Republicans couldn't win a national election by appealing to the better nature of the country. They could only win by appealing to the worst. Attributed to Richard Nixon, the media's all-purpose bad guy, this came to be known as the Southern Strategy. It was very simple. Win elections by winning the...
Wait, I thought this stuff flipped like a long time ago. This flipped not that long
Yeah,
ago.
he said the 70s.
I mean, that's a long
right,
time
'cause
ago.
that's what I was thinking
That's
too.
a long time ago, but not that long ago.
Right, I was thinking way back.
Yeah,
way
this
back.
40-something years he's talking about.
Wow.
the South, and to win the South, appeal to racists. So the Republicans, the party of Lincoln, were to now be labeled the party of rednecks. But this story of the two parties switching identities is a myth. In fact, it's three myths wrapped into one false narrative. Let's take a brief look at each myth in turn. Myth number one, in order to be competitive in the South, Republicans started to pander to white racists in the 1960s.
That's what we
fact,
thought.
Republicans actually became competitive in the South as early as 1928 when Republican Herbert Hoover won over 47% of the South's popular vote against Democrat Al Smith. In 1952, Republican President Dwight Eisenhower won the southern states of Tennessee, Florida, and Virginia.
What is the real story of January 6th? Many people have asked that question. Some people have described what happened.
And in 1956, he picked up Louisiana, Kentucky, and West Virginia too. And that was after he supported the Supreme Court decision in Brown versus Board of Education that desegregated public schools, and after he sent the 101st Airborne to Little Rock Central High School to enforce integration. Myth number two, Southern Democrats angry with the...
So he was with Brown Board of Education to bring blacks into the school system, to a all-white school system, and then they also brought the military to make sure that it was safe for them to enter in.
Wow.
The Civil Rights Act of 1964 switched parties. Fact, of the 21 Democratic senators who opposed the Civil Rights Act, just one became a Republican. The other 20 continued to be elected as Democrats or were replaced by other Democrats. On average, those 20 seats didn't go Republican for another 2.5 decades. Myth number three, since the implementation of the Southern Strategy, the Republicans have dominated the South. Fact, Richard Nixon, the man who is often credited with creating the Southern Strategy, lost the Deep South in 1968. In contrast, Democrat Jimmy Carter nearly swept the region in 1976, 12 years after the Civil Rights Act of 1964. And in 1992, over 28 years later, Democrat Bill Clinton won Georgia, Louisiana, Arkansas, Tennessee, Kentucky, and West Virginia. The truth is, Republicans didn't hold a majority of Southern congressional seats until 1994, 30 years after the Civil Rights Act. As Kevin Williamson of National Review writes, if Southern rednecks ditched the Democrats because of a civil rights law passed in 1964, it is strange that they waited until the late 1980s and early 1990s to do so. They say things move slower in the South, but not that slow. So what really happened? Why does the South now vote overwhelmingly Republican? Because the South itself has changed. Its values have changed. The racism that once defined it doesn't anymore. Its values today are conservative ones, pro-life, pro-gun, and pro-small government.
Wow.
And here's the proof. Southern whites are far more likely to vote for a black conservative like Senator Tim Scott of South Carolina than a white liberal.
Wow.
In short, history has moved on. Like other regions of the country, the South votes values, not skin color. The myth of the Southern strategy is just the Democrats' excuse for losing the South. And yet another way to smear Republicans with the label racist. Don't buy it.
Wow.
I'm Carol Swain, professor of political science and law at Vanderbilt.
Man, I like watching them shows. I'm gonna start going to them personally. Matter of fact, I probably start going to them and making actually small videos. There's a lot of small video things I want to do. Happy 4th of July, everybody. That's tuning in. I appreciate people coming in. 4th of July, fireworks going on outside. It's popping. Snow is under the couch. We in somewhat of a brand new setup. Same place, just rearranging some things. It's 4th of July. I didn't have internet this weekend, so that's why I didn't go live for the last, what's today? Monday. Well, Sundays, I don't go live, and Saturday I didn't go live because I didn't have internet real good. That just catch y'all up real quick. I just caught y'all up real fast. Yeah. I know when I get into my political talks, there's still a marijuana channel. It's crazy that I still gotta say that this is a marijuana channel. I have actually finally been offered to do some podcasting on marijuana channels, and I'm like, oh God, this is what I've been waiting on. But I was like, but I don't talk as much marijuana news as possible. So this second half of the year, I was going to work on learning and dividing marijuana into the laws too. Like I know how. No, I don't. I'm not even gonna lie to you, but really putting the marijuana back into this politician so we can really be the cannabis conservative group or the politician cannabis group that I want us to be, and I want us to share. I want us to be really involved into this. There is a marijuana legal group. They talk about legal laws and stuff like that. They normally just stay strictly over there, so I am going to have them help me out for the marijuana laws and groups and stuff like that. But y'all know about this politician stuff. I get deep diving up into it. Sometimes I get too crazy. Sometimes I get too deep to where I don't even talk, because it's always about you guys learning and finding out what's the new and being a part of something that is bigger than me. I make these videos for one day we can actually share them out. And people are like, oh man, I didn't know, you know what I'm saying? And people are gonna say, man, if he would have did this and did this, you know what I'm saying, maybe we would have been able to find them better advertising, which I'm looking into that too, how to better advertise my stuff, better put on a better show, marketing, and all that good stuff, just to give you and give myself a little bit of comfort and a better production. First thing first, I always want to give y'all better production. I know I can probably talk about anything and everything and just always constantly talk, but to be on point, to be precise, maybe not politically correct, because I'm not ready for that. You know what I'm saying? It's not like I can sit up here and debate with some of the best people that you ever seen in your life. I would love to get to that status. I'm working on things like that every day, taking small steps, study, doing small remarks, debating with people, finna start doing paperwork and articles and stuff like that. Basically doing homework. Okay. And also probably being able to talk about a little bit of everything too. Couple of shows I do watch. They be like they not really into the sports. They really just into the politician and everything. I can honestly say I'm really into sports. I'm really into politician. I'm really, really into comic books. I'm like my 3 major topics that I can really talk about and discuss. I also have a small little group, a very, very small group when it comes to the comic book things. I be asking them questions and quizzing them just to make sure that for as people around me that I'm around that I know more in the comic book area, especially with Marvel and what's going on in the movies and what's coming out and the Nick theories, conspiracies and stuff like that. Just all these conspiracies. I'm saying all of this just to say that I am going to slowly, somehow, surely try to mix all these different things into a show to broaden my audience, because my audience is just not politics and stuff like that. I understand that they want to know, but I feel like y'all want to know a little bit of everything, and I can agree that I'd rather know about a little bit about everything than just strictly bore y'all with one thing. I'm not saying that it's true. I'm just picking up that vibe. You know what I'm saying? If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm right, I'm right. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? We live and we learn. I'm just learning how to bring on a better show. In sports, just like in comic books, I'm always over it. I'm always, unfortunately, around my friends. I'm in a sports gambling town, and I got friends that know absolutely nothing about sports. It's weird. It's okay. It is what it is. Everybody heard about the firing. If you didn't, if you lived up on a rock and you're not really into sports, there's been a lot of layoffs, firing, however you want to take it, whatever word you want to use. A lot of layoffs going on in ESPN. And it's been so many layoffs that even Stephen A. Smith, who I know everybody knows from either controversial or anything that's going on, you have heard of this man. He talked about it on his podcast. And it's been making waves about what's going on, and everybody's putting in, like, there's been a lot of good people getting laid off for whatever reason. Some of us know the reason, some of us don't know the reason. It's really up to you. It's how you want to choose to pick the reason why some of these people were let go. You know what I'm saying? I advise you to do your own research. I haven't done enough research. I only heard a couple of stories, a couple of things to make me understand of some of the layoffs. Some of the other layoffs I don't really truly get. And I'm only saying this because I'm seeing this Stephen A. Smith right here, and I'm like, oh yeah, he did make a speech about it. I do know about it. Maybe I should talk about it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. And see, this is where the part where my friends and everybody like, yeah, man, maybe you need to start growing and start talking about a little bit of everything. Because yes, I do know a little bit about this, a little bit about that. Okay. as I grow, I think the channel should grow in things that we should know and learn and get past. And true indeed, yes, that is my conquest for the second half of the year. Or second half of the year. I'm saying third half. Second half of the year is to make sure I make videos. I'm going to put flat out what they are, what they're about, getting certain things understood and out the way so we can move on and grow as a channel. Yeah, I like that. That's it. That's what we're going to do. I feel like that's a way to grow and get an understanding and move on and know that if we need to go back, we can go back to specifically to this Pacific One channel or whatever we call it, Pacific Video, and bring it up. Also, moving on to this third one, when we see this space convention on the moon. Ladies and gentlemen, we want so bad to be scared. We want to be terrified. But then you say you don't want terrified. You're like, you want to see a scary movie, women? Y'all love scary movies. Women love scary movies. It's either scary movies, comedies, or romance. Them are your movies. The 3 movies with the most emotions that you have to give inside a movie. I'm saying this because of this. You want to go to space. You feel that this planet is not good enough for us. You feel like it's time to go to Mars. It's time to go to the moon. But then you talk about us potheads. Oh, potheads is crazy and stuff. You don't hear the stories as much as you used to, but you still hear the pothead. Oh, he's smoking weed. He lazy. He crazy. He need to get his life together. You hear that. You still hear that. This is the millionaire era, making era. If you're not making millions, if you ain't starting your business now, you're getting left behind. This is that era right now. This is that gap of people that starting businesses versus people who wants to have a job. And then when that era called Hunger Games set into place, and you have the rich versus the poor, people that want to go to the moon, sit and chill up and look at this, y'all. This looks like a home. Okay? We thinking that the world is coming to the end. We're one volcano eruption, one tornado eruption, one tsunami, one hurricane away from world destruction. I don't know if you're right. I don't know if you're wrong. I'm not up here to predict. I'm not up here to say that you're crazy or anything. Nothing. I'm just saying that we want to be scared so bad that we are willing to make technology so far advanced into the future. For what? For curiosity? For enjoyment? For one day when, is you going to sit up there on the moon and look at the ships fly by? All the spaceships and like, oh my God, there's Big spaceships, small spaceships, long spaceships, fat spaceships, wide spaceships, meteorites, stars. You're gonna walk along the moon too? You know, I need exercise. I might, go over here. You know, there are reports, maybe not the best reports, of people talking about the dark side of the moon. Okay? You wondering what's back there, you thinking what's back there, you don't know what's back there. And the reports aren't strong to say what is back there. We move down to my next row. Ladies and gentlemen, now this row I can't even explain to you where to begin or what are we even talking about. So yes, I would have to go into these shows, into these, and comment. This man over here marrying this lady look like he's been doing something smart that every man needs to start doing when he's looking for a wife. I don't talk about relationships on my show personally because, hell, I'm not that man. I'm not that guy. I'm not that man to talk about them. So I don't. I leave that to the people, the hundreds and thousands and millions of folks that's already doing that. I stick to weed and politics because there's not enough black folks out here that knows about politics, that's spreading the word about politics, because that's how it shows. 61% of single females, I think it was, I think 61 or 80%, 61 or 81% of single females vote Democrat. And that ain't even putting no colors into it. Single females. So I guess since this is America, this 4th of July, we're gonna go to the anti-black. You know we are.
Recordings
After
just
these
got
commercials.
Hey, it's Dana from StreamYard. I'm so excited to announce that local recordings are now available on StreamYard. Have you ever done a recording?
Nah, I should let that go through.
It's July 4th, Independence Day, so my producers decided to chain me to a desk and then show me woke TikToks about July 4th. This video is sponsored by Provia.
You know what never ceases to amaze me is how many conservatives go around and essentially say, America was founded as a conservative Christian nation.
Pasha, can you hear me?
And it's like, if you ever read a book in your life, ever, any book, George Washington, the Founding Fathers, John Adams, like Thomas Jefferson, like they all refer to themselves as enlightened.
Ryan!
And then when you look at their work, right, and like their letters to Britain, they would always write about how enlightened liberalism would free people and create a more liberated society where religion was no longer dominant. So like they would on religion in their letters. And it's like, I just see so many like conservatives be like, this is a Christian nation because our money says in God we trust. And then it's like, actually it didn't even say that. And like there was nothing religious about founding this nation. Like it was founded in rebellion to religious governments.
Oh my God, cholesterol! There are so many things that are wrong with this, it's hard to know where to begin. So first of all, conservative doesn't have an S in the middle of it.
You got.
Then the notion that England was like a religious dictatorship is incredibly silly. England was not a religious dictatorship in 1776. That's absurd. I mean, it wasn't the French Revolution. The French Revolution actually was a rebellion in many ways against religion. The American Revolution 100% was not. She does not understand the difference between classical liberalism and modern liberalism, which is pretty obvious from her statements. They were enlightened liberals, which means they probably liked welfare. That is not what liberalism means. Liberalism of the time meant that they were in favor of things like freedom of speech and freedom of religious practice. However, all of the founding fathers while they toyed with deism, fully believed in Judeo-Christian ethics and value systems. The notion that Thomas Jefferson was like in favor of same-sex marriage or abortion, or that George Washington was suddenly a proponent of left-wing social values is absolutely ridiculous. It's ridiculous on its face. The vast majority of the founding fathers actually were fairly religious people, and in fact, there were established religions in several states at the time of the founding. So the belief system that the American Revolution was somehow a revolution against religion itself or a revolution against Christian principles is really silly. The American Revolution was not fought on behalf of theocracy, but that's not what people mean when they say that America was founded as a Christian nation. What they mean is that the backdrop to all American morality was Judeo-Christian in nature, and that is true. It was true. It should still be true.
On July 4th, there will be no buying there will be no going nowhere. There will be no supporting of this motherfucking independence of this damn country. There will be nothing bought. Do you understand?
Don't tell me what to do.
It's about high time that this country really get their motherfucking act in order. And if we gotta collapse our own motherfucking economy in order for them to go ahead and realize how fucking pissed off we are, then so be it. So again, I must say, and I quote, on July 4th, we are not buying We're not going nowhere. We're not doing no motherfucking cookouts. We're not doing not a damn thing but staying in the motherfucking house and enjoying our damn day. We don't give a fuck about the damn national holiday because it isn't our holiday to celebrate. That's for black, white, gay, and straight. Bada bop boom pow.
You know, it'd be great is if these people did that all the time. Like, just stay in your houses and leave all of us alone. First of all, buy a nail clipper is what you need to buy. But then beyond that, I do love the idea that he's very, very upset about abortion. This wombless person. Those are the rules, though, is that if you're pro-abortion, then you can be a man who yells about it. If you're anti-abortion, then you have to be quiet about it, even if you have many, many children. So, good stuff there.
Yes, I'm not an idiot.
We'll see about that. We'll see. We'll see.
I know that English is the language of America. But at the same time, don't you think it's a problem that almost 80% of America, of our country, literally only speaks English?
No.
Because if you don't think that's a problem, then you've never left America. Because I can tell you right now that it is very much a problem.
What the hell are you talking about?
At the bare minimum, we should be taught on a much higher level, at least 1 or 2 other languages. And then we get upset with tourists when they don't speak perfect English when they come here.
That's not true.
And it's just out of control because we as Americans, when we go to other countries, what language do we expect them to speak? Always English. Always.
Okay, so so many things. Yes, we speak English because that is, in fact, the language that we use in the United States. But it turns out that people all over the world use English. You know why? Because America is the most powerful force in the history of the world. And you know what was the most powerful force before that? The British Empire. And it turns out that millions of people over the course of human history have spoken English in foreign countries specifically because of the power of the British Empire. So yeah, they speak English because we kick ass. Am I offended when people who are tourists come here and they don't speak English? Well, no, I don't know. I've never understood that. Should we learn another language? Yeah, that'd be great. But why is she offended that people in America mostly only speak English? First of all, most people in America don't actually leave the country all that often. This is a big-ass country. We'll get to more of these woke TikTok idiots on July 4th in just 1 second. First, a lost promise with you called Pro Healthy Scalp on your introductory summer orders. A haired Ben.
Not deserve a birthday. Why? We've had 306 mass shootings this year. We have a rogue Supreme Court full of religious extremists who are actively taking away the rights of people. And we have 2 pathetic leaders of each party, one who's too stupid and weak to do anything, and the other who's an absolute grifter who wants to overturn democracy. Let's show this country why America does not deserve a birthday this year. Stitcher, duet this video and tell me why you are boycotting the 4th of July and use the hashtag.
They just let anybody on TikTok. Damn. I seen an article. You know what they are watching in China? You know what they're watching in China? When you watch that TikTok? Only positive people doing successful things. That's it. Only positive people doing successful things. Did you know what we watch over here in America?
Stupid stuff.
Dumbass people to do the dumbass thing that gives all the views, and like people that talk about America shouldn't get a bad thing.
I mean, there are some good people who are on TikTok, like freaking good content creators.
Yeah, you notice how you couldn't name nobody? Yeah, I'm waiting.
Okay, you name somebody.
I don't.
On TikTok.
I don't. And I can't. You want to know why? Because there's none. Because I just said there's none.
There can't be none. There always has to be at least one good person. Yes, there's stupid people. Yes, I understand that. But there are good people.
TikTok, made in America, or is only made for dumbass people to make dumbass videos to make views like this. So we can look stupid and weak all over the country. If you go to any other country and start watching their TikTok, they only show what? Positive people doing successful things. It's crazy how people like don't get that concept and want to make excuses and make other things of reality that's happening. Oh, there's positive people on TikTok. Where? Name one. Most positive people probably don't go on TikTok because they don't like the narrative of what TikTok stands for. Just saying. I'm just putting it out there. Understanding there are content creators that on TikTok that makes content. That's different. I can agree with you. You said there's good content creators. Yeah, there probably are. Yes.
Okay, we can look down on the people who do dumb shit, stupid shit, idiotic.
All of that.
The bad stuff.
All that is one subject that you just said. People that do idiotic, dumb, stupid, crazy, abnormal, that's all negative stuff. Just because somebody sits up there on TikTok and does pottery, is people up there that probably talk about relationships, there's people talk up there creating homes, there are people up there that give money. Yes, there are those content creators. But yet again, when you go to China, Japan, Tokyo, Ukraine, you only see what? Positive people. Only. See,
America needs to get its shit together and create only positive stuff, but they're not going to do it though.
Thank you. So don't say what we need to do because we're part of the generation. But I speak it like we need to. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying that we need to change. I don't even go on TikTok. Only way I see TikTok is if I see it off of stuff like this. Matter of fact, yes, I do have a TikTok because technically my girlfriend is on there and I still don't go on there. Unless she messages me on there. But I'm just saying, for this guy, I bet you if I went on TikTok and looked this up, this probably got over 1 million views. It had to.
At least, yeah.
To boycott the 4th of July. One of his heritage. Okay, I'm finna go there. One of his great ancestors was slaves, and he taking it away. But you wouldn't think about that. People don't understand that. He don't get that because all his word is about them alphabet boys getting more privilege so he can go parade the street. If a person like Hitler was still around, he wouldn't be making his content because he wouldn't want his blue-eyed ass to be on this motherfucker being seen by somebody that'll terrorize the shit out of him. Yet again, my point and what I'm saying, and I'm glad that you helped me make it, is a lot of other countries stepping up and doing the most positive things to show their country in the most positive way, the strongest way.
Then eventually America's going to end up at the bottom of the list if we don't get our act together. Would it? Or would we get halfway through the list and be like, okay, we need to step up now?
Do you think your generation would take the time out to understand this concept of what people like us that are older are trying to put out? Are you going to take the time out to understand that you have to vote every year? Every year there's something for you to vote on that's important, that affects you. Are you going to take the time out to understand that, to develop that, to once you know that, teach that to the next generation up under you, so they know that?
See, I would think the smarter part of my generation would, but I would say like 45% of the smart population, or of my generation, would actually listen. The other, 55 wouldn't? Because, that's not my generation, even though still, I'm gonna do my own thing.
You sure gonna have to stop those Instagram bottles. 81% of single females vote one way, and it seems not to work out. And you, being a person that probably hasn't truly voted yet, you hear the stories, you see the stories I show every day, all day. You see the stories. You see the stories. You hear the stories. Mass shootings. Everybody want to change the law. And you hear us protesting like it's not the law that's going to change a bad person for doing the bad things. If a bad person want to do a bad thing, the law has nothing to do with it.
They just choose to step in and handle it.
When you have people who understand, the Democrats use one thing that is powerful that, oh shit, let's show this off, y'all. I forgot the Stratosphere was supposed to have been doing something special. Well, yeah, whoever's on that cameraman sucks. ladies and gentlemen, for y'all that are watching this with me, I appreciate it. This is right down the street. And I'm glad I didn't go because it showed us look like there's a lot of people there. Kind of let you know that the insides is, well, the stratosphere should be opening soon. Shit, if they got this putting on, now that look like fireworks. They got literally 4 months to get that road ready for that race. Oh, they all parked on that parking lot. I know where they at. I know where they at. Now that we know that this thing is lit up, I want to see this thing shining every night. I'll pay for it. My taxpayer money. Pay for this. Fuck that. I want to see this thing. I want to see this lit up every night. Every night. Look at that, y'all. Okay, now I likes that. Now there, everybody should be clapping. How many people y'all think pulled up to this thing hella late as this shit was ending? That shit dope, y'all. Okay. So.
Called the Sphere.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been one hell of a show. This is how I'm finna end it. I think this is a great way to end the damn show, man. I'm out this motherfucker, y'all. Y'all have a good night. Peace.